done texting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll continue the show.
Research, that's exactly what it is.
All right, Blake's doing research. We're throwing questions up in the air. 2 50-point games for the Warriors coming from their backcourt, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. But I want to know, like, which of the 50-point games was more impressive? Was it, Klay's 14 threes or just the way Steph did his thing? I'm starting with you, Blake.
Yeah, I think Klay's is it's the most threes anyone's ever hit in an NBA game. Anytime you're doing something new and unique like that, it's super impressive. Also, the fact that he's getting 50-point games without barely dribbling the ball. It's such a unique thing to see a guy get that hot for that sustained a stretch.
But Steph had a stretch where he went, how many games was it?
5.
5 games?
Yeah. Or
making
7 games
10
or 5
threes or something?
But that's like
or 5
Steph,
threes?
But that's like Steph breathing at this point.
So it's not impressive to you?
No, because he's just that good. It's just like normal day at the office. I mean, obviously you should put some respect on what he is capable of doing, but for Klay Thompson to go out and do what he did with that headband on his head first and foremost.
Look, it's still impressive.
Yeah.
Just because we expect it from him doesn't mean it's not
Oh,
impressive.
yeah.
It's Steph putting together an early season run for MVP. This goes on the resume, but I'm going to agree with Blake here. Klay's game was unbelievable. 52 points. He walks out of there with 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
He could have gone for 75. That was
Kobe
a
stuff.
unbelievable performance by Klay.
All right, so here's the question I want to ask, and I'll start with you, Blake, again. Are you more excited to see what this group can do if they stick together as a unit, or are you more excited to see what happens when Klay gets his own team, Steph gets his own team, and KD relocates, even maybe Draymond gets a situation? What excites you more as a basketball fan?
Yeah, I think at this point after this year, we'll have seen them win another title on a balance of probabilities they'll win again. And we've seen it at that point, and we've seen it a couple times. And yeah, I'm more curious to see what Klay Thompson looks like outside of the Warriors system, what Draymond Green might look like outside of the Warriors system. Steph Curry's going to stay there, and they're going to be built around him. But how those different pieces relocate and what that looks like, when they're on their own, and then the KD thing just in general, what he's going to do, and nobody seems to know what he's thinking at all.
Are we in agreement with Blake? Break it up?
Yeah, I mean, not even if we're curious to see it go down. I feel like themselves are very intrigued to see how good that they would be away from everybody else. Because once you're winning all the time, there's that next level of competitiveness where you just kind of want to do your own thing, lead your own team, sort of like a Kyrie Irving sort of thing, where it was just sort of, hey, let me see if I can take the helm in my own group and see if I can get to the ring on my own.
We finally have some conflict and some disagreement.
Oh,
tonight.
about time.
I don't see how they can possibly break this team up, especially if they win this year.
Le cash money.
They are going to find a way to keep this team together. They're going to pay for it. They're moving into the new arena. They're going to be making all kinds of money in there. It's San Francisco and Silicon Valley, for God's sake. There's no end of the money there. But they are chasing history now. If they win this year, they are going after best team ever. I don't think anybody wants to break that up.
And they will be best team ever. But call me naive into thinking like it must get boring at some point where you're just sort of like, I need to kick it up.
They got to get
Let me throw something out there. Is this the best locker room we've ever seen? Because think about the calibers of players we've never heard any qualms.
Remixing Fergie's anthem. Yes, it is. It must be.
It's got to be, right? Like, have we seen a better locker room?
I'm not being there every day and not being in there. I don't really know. And I think at the end of last year there were some rumblings that maybe it wasn't. But you had my guy Alfonso McKinney in there, and that kind of smooths everything over, right?
Shouts out to Fonzo.
Go on, Blake.
What can Alfonso McKinney do?
Blake, floss your connections.
Wow.
Go on.
All right. Let's slow down a bit there, Blake. No, but thank you guys so much for your
They remind me of
insight.
the Team USA, like that World Championship team that all stuck together.
All right, hey, it's time to go to break. The Warriors. Why are we looking at Warriors footage?
Because they're the best team in the
Okay,
league.
all right. Still more
Live
to
with
come
it. Deal with it.
when we return here on the Hangouts. Dwayne's disappointed me tremendously with this Warriors footage.